What's going on, everybody? So here we are back in WarFrame. I'm going to be doing a build video here today on the STRUN WRAITH. I was asked by a couple of people to make this video, so as a request, I have put something together. I hadn't actually run the STRUN WRAITH in Damage 2.0, so it took me a little bit to get some numbers together to get it set up the way I like it. It is definitely going to be a different build from what other people are doing. I'm pretty sure about that. I am very heavy on making sure that my actual physical damage is as high as I can get them before adding elementals. I know a lot of people like to add the elementals and make the elementals the highest thing, but I prefer to have the damage and then the elemental just as an extra benefit bonus. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and get this thing started. We're going to run it here on a defense in the tower, and I've also run in here with the Volt. I'm trying to make sure I've got his set up the way I want it to be, so that I can post a Volt video, because I've had a couple people ask about that as well. So what we're going to do here is just throw that up on the screen, the original setup for the STRUN WRAITH. 97 impact, 22 puncture, slash at 30, accuracy 6.7, fire rate 2.5, critical 2 times 15%, so you could make a decent critical build out of it if you wanted, if you add the right critical stuff. But I guess status is 5%, magazines 8, reloads 1.7, triggers a semi-auto. Okay, so not too bad when it was released. It came out during one of the events that was going on, and I gotta tell you, this was probably one of the hardest events that I've done in terms of grinding to get this weapon. Same as with Brack, it was a grind to get the weapon, and I'm glad I did. And you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so what we got here, we're going to go ahead and throw up my stats as they are now with this build during this video. Impact has been moved up to 608, puncture's been up to 610, slash is 211. And I've added a blast damage of 976. Accuracy is the same. My fire rate's moved up to 4 from a 2.5. Critical hasn't changed. Status hasn't changed. And magazine, reload, trigger, none of that has changed. Of course, you can't change triggers, so I don't even know why I just said that. Anyway, so I think this is it's a really good gun. We used it back when Necros was out, and was trying to farm the parts with the guys so that everybody would get the Necros, and it eventually became one of those weapons that we used to quick kill Lefantis, and yeah, so it's a good weapon. If you're into shotguns, it's a very good shotgun weapon. But so how have I got this thing built? That's what you're asking, right? So let's get this thing started then. So we're going to start off with damage mods, and we are going to, of course, add point blank as the damage. At max, it's 90% extra damage, so that'll be 90% extra damage going in, and that's a pretty good increase. Next to that, I am going to actually have the Hell's Chamber, which is now maxed. It's 120% multi-shot added on there. So that really brings up your damage, your physical damage again. And then what I did was I added a shredder, maxed out shredder, and put it right into the polarity slot that's there. So that gives me an extra 30% slash damage, which brought the slash up a little bit, of course. And it fit in a polarity slot, so I still had room to grow with my build. Then we add in just a small disruptor mod. Okay, it's going to give me an extra 15% impact damage. I could bring it up all the way, but I'd have to actually either drop my elemental or add a forma to bring that up all the way. But I think the build is pretty good as it is. Okay, so an extra 15% impact damage which is how we get closer to that 608 impact. Sorry about that. And then what we're also doing is we're adding in a couple of dual mods here. So we're going to add in a blaze mod. So blaze mod is going to give me an extra 60% damage and an extra 60% fire damage. So that's the first part of my elemental, my blast elemental. And essentially it's giving me an extra 150% raw damage, which will be put into impact, puncture, and slash. Obviously mostly into impact. And then on top of that, we are adding in accelerated blast. So that's going to give me my increased fire rate 60%. So that's where I go from a 2.5 fire rate up to a 4.0 fire rate, which does make a difference. And then I'm also adding in a 60% puncture damage with that accelerated blast. So I'm covering with just basic core damage, or using the point blank, the blaze, and even the multi-shot. Those are like basic core damage. That'll bring everything up. And then I'm adding in the specialty damage mods, the shredder, the disruptor, and in this case accelerated blast, which just gives me my puncture. Okay, so that's how I got those higher numbers of 608, 610, and 211 respectively on impact, puncture, and slash. And then it still left me enough room to add in my elemental, my combo elemental, we'll call it. And so I had decided blast in here, which is why I put in chilling grasp. So the fire damage from the blaze mod and chilling grasp at 60% is what's giving me my 976 blast damage. Now, like I said, you could do it in a couple of different ways. You could add a forma and increase the disruptor and up to 90%, and you could increase the chilling grasp up to 90%, and that would max out your cards, and you'd have even more devastating of a weapon. You could see, I didn't really want to swap in for critical, but I guess you could put some critical stuff in it. Would probably bring the critical up. Not a lot though, nothing that's going to be significant, and since you're doing a lot of pellet damage anyway, because it's a shotgun, it spreads. It's not a big thing to me, though. I know a couple other people that preferred putting in more critical to it, and that's just the way it is. But for me, as you can see in this video, I like it just as it is. It works well. It's powerful, paired along with whatever frame I'm using, and of course my Sentinel. And in this case, my Sentinel, it's just still the Dijing on this one, is has radiation and has viral, has the combo elemental in there, so it actually helps me with, you know, my main weapon. Of course, making it better, because if they're hit with radiation, then they're going to stop targeting me, while they're also hit with viral. They're starting to lose their they're having a reduction to health, and I'm just going to pound them out with my STRUN WRAITH as a result, and they're just going to go down. So, you know, a big thing with Damage 2.0, as I've said, is it's all about comboing all your stuff together to have a good overall build, so that way you're comfortable running around everywhere. But so that's the build. You can try it out. Let me know what you think. I think it's a pretty good build. It's pretty powerful. You can run it on a lot of things. And yeah, here's the final result as it is. Any questions, comments, or anything, please do leave them below. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. See you later. Thanks for watching.